The boys turned into mice. My name was Charlie. I was 8 years old. I was born and brought up in England. My parents were both killed in a car accident. I went and lived with my grandma in Norway. Grandma knew a lot about witches. She told me many stories about witches. According to her, witches all had bald heads. So they all wore wigs. Witches' faces were all decayed. So they all wore masks. Witches' hands were all like eagle's paws. So they all wore gloves. Witches had no toes. So their feet were extremely uncomfortable in shoes. All witches hated children, for children smelled like dog droppings to them. The cleaner a child was, the stronger the smell was. Witches tried everything to turn children into animals, or made them disappear. I liked to listen to the stories very much, though sometimes I felt afraid. Grandma told me again and again that what she said about the witches was true, but I did not quite believe it. This summer, my grandma and I stayed in a beach hotel in England for vacation. One day, I felt bored and wandered around inside the hotel. I saw a meeting room. The door was open. I looked into it, and there were not any people. I went in and hid myself behind a folding screen. I had 2 white pet mice with me. I was playing with my pets there when some ladies came in. They were having a meeting. I decided to keep hiding there to see what they would do. To my surprise and horror, they were witches from around the world. They locked the door so that no one else could get in. Then they pulled off their wigs, and I saw that they were all bald. They tore off their masks, and I saw that their faces were all decayed. They took off their shoes, and I saw that they had no toes. They took off the gloves, and I saw that their hands were like eagle's paws. They were discussing how to get rid of all the children in the world. Now I believed what my grandma had told me was true. They were really witches from around the world. The Grand High Witch invented a kind of medicine. She called the medicine Mouse Maker. People who took the medicine would become mice. They planned to use the medicine to turn the children around the world into mice. As an experiment, they turned a boy named Bruno into a mouse right in the meeting room. At the end of the meeting, a witch found me. To keep their secret, the witches caught me and forced some mouse maker into my mouth. In this way, they turned me into a mouse. Bruno, the mouse boy, and I went back to my grandma's room. I told her what had happened in the meeting room.